Ukinichomea juu ulinipata kwa club nitakuchomea vile nilikupata mahali pabaya.
No, learn to differentiate kati ya social life na workplace. Kama tuko kazi, tuko kazi.
Hi guys, how are you wherever you are? Welcome back to our show, Our Two Cents. My name is Delvin Mora and
I'm Judith Maeba.
So welcome back to our show, guys. We've been away for a long time, but now we are back on set and we want to welcome you back to our show. Kindly, guys, subscribe to Telma World Media, like our videos
and share. Okay.
So today we are going to talk about work environments, and I want to ask my co-host here about work environment and what she really understands about work environment.
When you talk about a work environment, from the word environment, from the basic knowledge about an environment, a work environment is how good or how bad is the surrounding or the place where you work in is. So a work environment can either be good or it can be bad. There's no in between. It's either you're a good working environment or a bad working environment. Then when you talk about a working environment, you're not only talking about maybe the structure, it entails the mental environment. How does it contribute to your mental health? How is the surrounding contributing to how you are working in that office and things like that? Yeah.
So basically, Judy here has been in one offices, and I would want to be with her here in respect to work environment. So I would love to ask her if she's been in the work in her career she's been working in an office, and so I would love to ask her if her work environment is good or bad.
So that the institution I'm working for does not fire me.
Yes.
Okay, I want to do that in respect to that, but either way, for me, I think my work environment is a good one. It's a healthy working environment. That's what I can say. It's a healthy one.
What do you think? What makes you think that it's a good working environment?
For one to say a working environment is healthy or it's a good one. Number one, I told you I have to look at my mental health.
Yes.
Is how is my work environment or the work in general contributing to my mental health? So as far as it's not stressing me out, then that's a good working environment. Then if you're working in an environment that where you need to use like computers and all that, is there enough resources for such, or do you have to share?
Ukinichomea juu ulinipata kwa club nitakuchomea vile nilikupata mahali pabaya.
No, learn to differentiate kati ya social life na workplace. Kama tuko kazi, tuko kazi.
Hi guys, how are you wherever you are? Welcome back to our show, Our Two Cents. My name is Delvin Mora and
I'm Judith Maeba.
So welcome back to our show, guys. We've been away for a long time, but now we are back on set and we want to welcome you back to our show. Kindly, guys, subscribe to Telma World Media, like our videos
and share. Okay.
So today we are going to talk about work environments, and I want to ask my co-host here about work environment and what she really understands about work environment.
When you talk about a work environment, from the word environment, from the basic knowledge about an environment, a work environment is how good or how bad is the surrounding or the place where you work in is. So a work environment can either be good or it can be bad. There's no in between. It's either you're a good working environment or a bad working environment. Then when you talk about a working environment, you're not only talking about maybe the structure, it entails the mental environment. How does it contribute to your mental health? How is the surrounding contributing to how you are working in that office and things like that? Yeah.
So basically, Judy here has been in one offices, and I would want to be with her here in respect to work environment. So I would love to ask her if she's been in the work in her career she's been working in an office, and so I'd love to ask her if her work environment is good or bad.
So that the institution I'm working for does not fire me.
Yes.
Okay, I won't do that in respect to that, but either way, for me, I think my work environment is a good one. It's a healthy working environment. That's what I can say. It's a healthy one.
What do you think? What makes you think that it's a good working environment?
For one to say a working environment is healthy or it's a good one, number one, I told you I have to look at my mental health.
Yes.
Is how is my work environment or the work in general contributing to my mental health? So as far as it's not stressing me out, then that's a good working environment. Then is if you're working in an environment that where you need to use like computers and all that, is there enough resources for such, or do you have to share like one computer amongst like 5 departments? That's a poor working environment. So that is going to be a poor
working environment.
Yeah, so I think for me, if all those resources are available for me, then that's a good working environment. Then how comfortable am I in that surrounding?
Yes.
Si ati uko kwa office na unanyeshewa, that's not a good working environment.
Yeah.
Then if you are working for those jobs that you have to like do shifting, like maybe you come in from 8 to 5, then you go home, are the hours that you're supposed to work, are they logical?
Yes.
Now, you can't tell someone to come in at 6 and maybe leave the next day at 6 or at 9 p.m. I'll be exhausted. So there's a time, maybe I'll be active from 6 to around 1. Then from 1, then maybe I'll switch off because I'm a human being and I'm prone to get tired.
Yes.
So you have to consider such things for you to say that your working environment is a healthy one.
Yeah. So basically what Judy is trying to say is, at least akiamkanga asubuhi kwenda job, ananga hiyo stress ya, nitaenda hapo, watu wa department fulani wanakuja hapo kuniambia ni wataipia sijui nini, sijui siendi kunyeshewa just in case mvua itanyesha, hiyo jua ikiwaka vizuri kakisonga chini kidogo, yani sina stress. Unajua, ananga story na boss wake, you know, because basically in most work environments, what makes the toxicity to really escalate ni story ya bosses.
Exactly.
Yani power all over. When power gets into you, you're gonna get a lot of pride. So people are using power for their own selfish reasons. Unaona? Judy anaenda ofisi, mkubwa wake anataka kumkatia, Judy anakataa.
Now it's going to make my work environment so hectic for me because whatever you wanted I didn't give you, so it's going to like now make my whatever there to be so hectic.
So if Judy is supposed to report to work at 8, amefika 8:01, boss is on her neck. Unajua, kama anafaa kufanya kazi fulani and she has not done it, you know, it brings a very bad picture in the work environment because the boss anashida amekuonea the entire time he is on your neck. Like, why did Judy not do this? Even things that Judy hafai kufanya,
enda nawekewa
mbona Judy hakufanya hivi, until someone is like, hey, Judy is not even responsible for this,
that.
you know.
So on that note, now that we are talking about a good working environment, so meaning there's an opposite to that. So there's a poor or a bad working environment. So what would you say is a bad working environment? How would you tell
a bad working environment is number one, does not really care for my mental health. Because if I'm not comfortable mentally, I'm not gonna give maximum production. I'm not gonna give you the best of me. So it's either you keep me comfortable to give you the best, or you lose. You see. Then another thing is the working requirements or whatever I need to really make my work.
So you are trying to talk about maybe the salary you are being paid or you are being compensated?
Of course. You cannot. You are not going to pay me less for something that I'm offering. You see, for a service that I'm offering, and I know very well, umsafai kunilipa 10k.
Okay. Inafaa ikuwe 20k ama 30k.
Inafaa kwa 20k ama 30k. Then when I come to your office to complain, instead you complain, you want to pamper me and even add me some more work. That is really pushing me to resign.
Okay.
Unaona? That's a toxic work environment. Another toxic work environment is these things that happen between colleagues. Unaona? Mko na different standards. Kuna mwenye anakujanga hapo na gari, kuna mwenye anakujanga na ndudhina, kuna mwenye utembea, kuna mwenye upo pick na bwanake.
Guy, is that an issue?
It is.
Why is it an issue?
Inafanyanga watu
But
Wanakutana hapa unajua.
sasa hiyo najua ni social, like kuna mwenye atakuwa na gari, kuna mwenye ana gari, kuna mwenye, so unless you're trying to say wenye wako na hiyo social life yao iko better, looking down upon wenye life yao bado
It happens. Judy, it happens because look, manager wa hii kampuni yeye utembea. Atembea kutoka hapa hadi pale chini, apande Dudhi to town, then ataenda kwake.
Okay.
Then there is me who just got employed jana. Jana, you know. That means I'm the lowest rank in that company. But you know what? At exactly 4 p.m., my hubby is coming at the gate to pick me. Unaona? Then now, because my manager is not emotionally intelligent to understand that we are on different levels, she's on my neck because anafeel vibaya mbona anakuwa picked na yeye hana gari. But mimi hata sinanga shida nao wase. Hiyo ni inferiority complex inawasumbua.
I think so.
Yeah.
Again, I think you can say your work environment is not healthy if we are talking about remuneration, like being paid salary, it can be or wages, or whichever means that a company is going to use to pay you guys. For example, like the thing wakati kulikuwa na corona, most organizations zili cut down on payments. Like if you guys used to earn like say 50,000, now this time you're going to start earning maybe let's say 45 or 30,000. But now if you're not going to communicate to people your decision
and make them understand,
because there's those decisions that are made by management. There's that like the pyramid, how an office works. Kuna top management, kuna our workers, and then there's these ones, the basic ones, the staff and all that. So if you're going to make a decision at the topmost rank, you have to make sure that you're going to communicate with the subordinate.
Yes.
Yeah. So like we can't, if tunasema we are going to toa 10k each person from your salary. Mimi naenda kwa payslip yangu nikijua kwa bank naenda kuchukua pesa ngapi, najua nafaa kutoa 50k. Nifika hapo nipate ziko 30. I'll be like why imenibia, why didn't you communicate? So when any decision, even if it's about shifting, waki change, like you are supposed to come from 8 not from 7 anymore, so mimi nikuje 8 niambiwe tuli change, mnafaa kuja saa ngapi? 7.
Meaning nishafanya makosa
and
I'm
you
not
didn't
gonna
communicate.
do anything about it.
And it's not my mistake, no. So it's supposed to be a healthy environment with all the decisions made at the topmost are well communicated kuja kwa wako subordinates.
Besides, these guys who are in the lower ranks, they should be incorporated into decision making in your company.
Sure.
Because you're making decisions and no one is comfortable with. You know, no one is absolutely comfortable with that. And that means you're pushing people to do something that they're not comfortable with. No. And on that side, you have to communicate. Communication is all about people adjusting.
Yeah.
So
really? Yeah.
Because kama najua mimi na earn 50k, kuna vile mimi lifestyle yangu
already iko.
So ukinileta kwa 30,
I have to
kindly communicate to
so
me
that you adjust yourself.
I adjust myself. Haje sasa watoto hamtakuwa mnakula mkate, hamtakuwa mnaoga kila siku sabuni inaisha. You know, such like things.
Okay.
You communicate so that people adjust their lifestyles.
So do you think okay, mostly people tend to look at it like the management ndio wanafanyanga work environment zinakuanga a bit stressful. But do you think like other employees can make a work environment to be so toxic?
Oh yeah.
They can.
Yes.
There's this case that was like, I think some few months ago, you heard of people killing themselves at their workplace. You heard about that guy who was anafanya media. Yeah. People don't talk out. Like you yourself as a colleague, hapo kwa ofisi, you are making life so hard for your colleagues. Hadi mtu anaona like there's no need for me to. Like kila mtu anatoka, you come from home with your own uko na issues zako. I come to the office again, you want to stress me out. I'm like, so hata kuna haja. I don't even enjoying the money I'm being paid because already my mental or my whatever is not okay.
Yeah.
So as colleagues in an office or any working environment, ensure that you are creating a stable for your colleague. Yeah. Don't stress people out at there. And then people are different, I guess.
Yeah.
So unaweza pata kuna wale watu wanakuanga wamenyamaza.
Introverts.
Yeah, na kuna wale wana panganga tu. They talk. Mtu kama wewe, like if you are stressed, someone will easily know, Conidol, what happened. Now those people who don't talk out their problems.
Yes.
So like you should be able kujua kuna mtu mwenye maybe haizi take joke kwa ofisi. Kuna mtu anaweza take joke.
Yes.
Unaona. So you
understand the different personalities
in an office. Ndio msigongane na watu kwa ofisi. I think
na hapo mali Judy anasema about colleagues being able to provide a stable work environment for your colleagues also, I think all this will trickle down if only you understand that you cannot feel entitled in a company where you are an employee also.
Yeah, sure.
Unaona? Because if I'm employed here, the rights that I have to be in this place are the equal rights everyone else of my level have. Unaona? So you're not above the law. You're not above anything. You're not above anyone. Unaona?
Okay, yeah.
So it's about understanding that you're not better than anyone to be in this place. You're working and I'm working as well. And the only person who needs to come up with maybe a critique is someone who is way above us.
The management now.
Yeah, the management.
Okay.
Yeah. Na hii mambo ya watu kuchomeana. Nani alifanya kitu fulani?
Si wanafanya hivyo kama kuna kitu kama hizo za kuwa promoted, I may maybe go talk backbite ama nikuseme kwa boss wangu so that you can be fired and I take your position, yeah, something like you should always be considerate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then another thing that leads to a toxic work environment is frustrations. Frustrations. Managers wengi wako frustrated. In most cases, yeah, many managers are frustrated.
From
Who is this manager? Is the highest person in the hierarchy of management in that specific company.
Okay.
So, if kama umetoka kwako, bibi yako na watu hivyo wamekubo, stop pouring your frustrations on employees. No, that's so wrong. Because there is someone mwenye pia navi yake pia imetingika kidogo kutoka kwa familia yake.
Umesikia unaingia kwa ofisi then unasikia mtu anaingia alafu anakuuliza ati mudi ya boss leo iko aje? Ama ati mkubwa leo kuko aje? Ama unaingia hivi unaambiwa leo itabidi umekaa au mgeni anakuambia leo itabidi umekaa hadi 4. Like kuna wale wanafikanga time wanatoka. So unasikia tu leo mkubwa ako kwa mood. So unaona like already your employees know when you are in the mood and when you're not in the mood. So even if they had something to communicate to you or
they will not.
Hawezi kuja because already they know when you are in the mood and you're not in the mood.
They will just throw red flags. Hadi ujue aje watu wako na shida.
Yeah, so mtu hawezi communicate to like me I didn't come to your office to report this and this because you are not in the mood.
I remember one time tukiwa kampo, some lecturer just walked into class and then he was all over the place on people's lives. Yani yuko tu. The class ganged up and said no, hatutaki hiyo lesson yako. Uwe ishia
kwanza. Enda kwanza udeal na issues.
So vile aliendanga, he went and reported to the DO. Is it the DOS or what? Zile vitu za campus Dean of Students. Hiyo ni DOS. Yeah. Then the Dean of Students came to class. Then he's all over the place telling us watu wenye tuko na ID meno 32 that you know guys there is always a bad day. Mimi nilisikiza tu akaongea then nikaraise tu mkono nikamuuliza excuse me sir. Mmesema lecturers have a bad day.
What about us when we have a bad day?
Some of us here are married, some of us have kids, some of us you know are in toxic relationships.
Yeah.
You are trying to put up with a lot of crap na mtu. So what about mimi siku moja nikikuja ni wakoroge nyinyi wote kwa staff room. Ni wakoroge nyinyi. I'm having a bad day equally just because it happens. We are all human.
People should learn to control that.
If you cannot learn to know that when you have a bad day I can also be having a bad day. Do this. Let's have lanes. Usinikose nisikukose. Wewe siku yako kuwa nayo ni kwa na siku yangu.
And then I think maybe finally on the how to survive maybe in a working environment, learn to differentiate between work and social life.
Yes. There is a life beyond work.
Like kuna life beyond work. So nasikia mtoto anaambia mamake ati kwani mami kwani tena kesho naenda job. Like already mtoto anajua your life is just work. Like you don't have like apart from your work kuna your other social life. Hata kwa ofisi by the way learn to differentiate kati ya friendship in work ama na uko nje. Kama mko chama ama we are neighbors from home. Tukikuja kazi, we are not neighbors. Yes. We are colleagues. We work in the same office as colleagues. So learn kuacha maneno ya social life uko nje. When we are in the office, we are in the office. Yeah. That way, tunaweza reduce like easy fight vitu ndogo ndogo. Like ulikula pesa ya chama.
Sasa mnapigana kwa
ofisi juu alikula.
Sasa vitu kama hizo ni zile zinatumanga mnapatana na manager kwa club. Umepiga dance yako hapo, umepiga dance. Kesho yake anakukatia unakataa anakuambia nilikuwa na hivyo jana hata kwa club
ulikuwa na right now you don't want to. Yeah, so learn to differentiate kati ya work
Ni ukinichomea juu ulinipata kwa club, nitakuchomea vile nilikupata mahali pabaya.
no, learn to differentiate kati ya social life na workplace. Kama tuko kazi.
Wewe hata tukipatana kwa club bana.
Hapo ni
Mimi sikujui kama ni boss.
Ukikuja kwa ofisi, sasa hii now you are my boss and I'm your whatever. But ukipata uko nje nikikukanyaga kila mtu aende kama amefanya nini?
Amekanyaga sana.
Thank you.
Thank you. So below in the comment section you can tell us about your work environment, if they're toxic, and how people can really improve their work relationships.
And tell us why you think your workplace is toxic.
Yes,
There are some things you can focus. Think like ni toxic but sio toxic. Like mtu anaweza sema ati kukaziwa kuvaa is a toxic environment. Come on, you can't come dressed in
a crop top.
That you are in an office, you can't.
Hatutaki kuona kitovu by the way.
So you have to understand like kuna zile dress code you're supposed to dress like this when you come to the office. Kuna ukienda, or if those people come in for weekends kwa ofisi, they can be told you can come like men, you can come in jeans and a t-shirt and maybe uwezi kuja na slippers
za bafu
hata
sana na sandals.
Na ukiulizwa and then you are like, see, I thought my choice is not my dress.
Sasa wewe ndio uko toxic to the company. Yes, you're toxic to the company. Because many toxic people, especially narcissists, they don't know they're narcissists.
Yeah.
But they're out here knocking people's lives, left, right, center. So wakati wewe uonangi wewe ni toxic, just know you're the toxic.
Yeah, so go find out like what's making you think like your work environment is toxic.
Even if you are self-employed.
Yeah.
Find out what is really toxic about in that work environment.
And ukijipata wewe ndio uko toxic, go work out. You can go read.
Yes.
Yeah, find out on how you can improve your social life
and go to social spaces so that you can know how to interact with different people with different personalities.
Yeah.
In different levels, you know. Yeah. So comment down below and tell us about your work environment. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Kindly subscribe, share, and like our video. Our 2 cents.
Bye.
Bye-bye.